Welcome to the family with
co-host Catherine Brandt
and Andy Brandt Bernard.
little news, little information. I do believe that Tim and
Kostaki
Kostaki.
Economopoulos.
They'll be on. I believe that's true. Got to get to this story, though. North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson announced a lawsuit Tuesday against CNN over its recent report alleging he made explicit racial and sexual posts on a pornography website's message board, calling the reporting reckless and defamatory.
Oh, is this the black Nazi thing or whatever?
That's the black Nazi thing, exactly.
Wait.
Apparently they found posts by this guy, allegedly, where he was posting on a porn site about how he's a black Nazi and other insane things that make no sense.
Well, we're going to have them all in this story. As a matter of fact.
For heaven's sakes.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if there's actually any real evidence that it's him. I think there's like a shared username, but I mean, anyone could do that.
No, who's this guy? What's his name?
Mark Robinson, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina.
Okay.
He's running for governor now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the lawsuit filed in Wake County Superior Court comes less than 4 weeks after a television report that led many fellow GOP elected officials and candidates, including presidential nominee Donald Trump, to distance themselves from Robinson's gubernatorial campaign. Robinson announced the lawsuit at a news conference in Raleigh, North Carolina. CNN chose to publish despite knowing or recklessly disregarding that Lieutenant Governor Robinson's data, including his name, date of birth, passwords, and the email address supposedly associated with the Nude Africa account, were previously compromised by multiple data breaches. CNN declined to comment. Spokesperson Emily Kuhn said in an email, polls at the time of the CNN report already showed Democratic rival Josh Stein, the sitting attorney general, with a lead over Robinson. Early in-person voting begins Thursday statewide, and well over 50,000 completed absentee ballots have been received so far.
Wow.
The CNN report said Robinson left statements over a decade ago on the message board in which, in part, he referred to himself as a black Nazi, said he enjoyed transgender pornography, said that he preferred Hitler to then-President Barack Obama, and slammed the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. as worse than a maggot.
Does this sound like something that's okay? So this is very interesting timing because I know on social media there's been accusations about Tim Walz going and staying in hotel rooms with children.
Yes.
And people are like, don't touch this, don't report on it, don't run with this because it's not verified enough. They know that he did book hotel rooms and stayed with kids, but it doesn't mean that he did anything.
Right.
So they're all like, we don't want to turn into those people that are just, flinging accusations at somebody just because he's running for VP. And then all of a sudden this happens.
Yeah.
Is this credible?
I have no idea.
Is anything CNN says credible?
No, that's the other thing.
See, I thought that CNN had gotten a little bit better, and I thought that MSNBC took the top.
Oh God, they're
top
nuts.
place for crazy, like
Right.
whoa, crazy.
Yes, MSNBC is mentally ill.
They are 100% mentally
CNN
ill.
is just standard,
see,
partisan zealots.
I thought that they had started being a little bit more balanced, but I don't know. I mean, so this guy that's running is a black man that's on a Republican.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I have no idea anymore. And if all of these things are true, is there anybody in politics or Hollywood that isn't a complete frickin' pervert creep anymore? I mean, is there anybody left?
Nope, I don't think so.
I mean, it's just sad.
I know.
If any of it's true, it's all very sad.
That is the deal. So I don't know who knows if it's true. And the guy's got an edge to him. I know that. No question about that. But we'll see how it works out.
Okay, so are the people? Okay, so who is the governor of North Carolina now?
I have no idea.
Is he okay? Did he do it? Is everyone happy with the job he did during the hurricane? Is he a Republican? Is he a Democrat? Is he running again? I don't know anything about their politics really.
Let me check that out again because those are good questions. And I left the site, but I'll hop right back
Yeah,
on
because
it.
it would be very interesting to see if it was a Democrat and the Republicans are starting smear campaigns against. I don't know.
Well, I think
I
that's
wouldn't
all-
put
that's-
anything past anybody anymore.
But that's always the case now, isn't it?
Yeah, smearing is what they do.
Smearing is what they do. There's no question about that. It just, I don't know why that's the situation, but
Because it gets people up in arms and freaked out, and that's what they want.
I guess that's exactly right. I don't know.
Sad but true.
It is sad but true. Now I can't find the story. What, did it disappear all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. North Carolina Governor candidate Mark Robinson sues CNN over report about posts on a porn site. Now, what was your question?
Who's he running against? What's the?
Well, he's running against. Is it the current governor of these? Although he's lieutenant governor, so I don't know what that's all about. He probably
Josh Stein.
Okay, what's
So it
his
is
deal?
Josh Stein.
Is Josh Stein?
He is the attorney general. So
Oh, he's the okay.
yeah.
He's the attorney general. He's now running for governor, and so is Mark Robinson.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just nailing them because, well, I mean, this morning I got to run this by you because I thought it was hilarious. They were talking again about this whole situation with who just got in a lot of trouble by something posted somewhere and it turned out to be complete and utter BS. Oh, it's the not the KKK candle.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No, I've been busy this week. I haven't been on social media much, other than when I can't sleep, I repost stuff.
Oh,
once
look
in a
up
while.
on your computer Bath and Body Works candle, 3-wick candle.
It was called the what was it
It
called?
was called something. You're right.
KKK candle.
Yeah,
What the hell?
they're saying that it's supposed to look like a snowflake, but everybody says no, it looks like
It is called Snowed In.
snowed in. There you go.
So look up Bath and Body Works Snowed In.
Snowed in, and they say
I don't really want to type KKK in my
Well, you don't
browser.
no,
have
you
to.
don't have to.
Just
No, you don't have
do the
to.
thing I said.
Okay.
The candle.
Oh,
Okay, you see the candle?
I do, and I can see where that would look. Well, it's a very terrible looking thing.
Well, but I mean,
It doesn't really look like Ku Klux Klan.
No,
to
it doesn't really look like
me. It looks like
anything.
kind of the top of like a cutout snowflake a kid would make.
Yeah, I think that was the idea.
yeah. So what they're saying now is there's one guy that actually will not give it up. They're saying that Bath and Body Works did that on purpose.
Oh,
Of course
give
they
me
are.
a
They meant to put it up and make it
break.
look like KKK.
Yep.
Well, you know what? He'll probably get $1 million
Yep.
to shut up and go away.
Probably will.
So,
We always reward people like that. No, we'll keep getting them.
Now, why do we? Explain that.
because there's a lot of people out there that learn that it's real easy to make money off of other people's good fortune, like these HOA attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
Every time an HOA gets turned over from the developer
Oh,
into the
yeah.
private hands of the people that work there or a management company, there's this certain group of attorneys that sue instantly.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Really?
they sue and they sue them for stuff that's not even in existence. Like a lot of times it'll be an ADA compliance thing and this and that. And a lot of times it's been, these buildings go through a very rigorous process to be built especially in a city,
Yeah.
right? There's city inspections, there's planning and development, and lots of meetings go into it, and everybody's pouring through those blueprints like crazy before they're even built. You can be assured that they're ADA compliant, but they'll find something.
Yeah.
We think that this is a quarter of an inch off, and they'll sue, and they get millions and millions of dollars out of these HOAs because they're insured for it. So they're like, oh, well, you know, nobody's getting hurt. It's insurance. It's like, oh, okay, well, no, high insurance premiums aren't killing Americans, in so many different ways.
Right.
But that's just what they do because it's an easy payday, and they know that the insurance companies will pay off on it to make them go away. Somebody's going to take this case and they'll, some attorney will take 30-40% of $1 million or something. And all it took was posting it online.
All right, I got to ask you a question because I don't understand. I don't want to read the story, but I'll just read the headline. Burger King burgers now come with a giant tub of ranch for dipping. Who the hell would want to do that?
I guess there's a market for it.
Apparently, there is a big market for it, but why wouldn't you just put the ranch dressing on the burger then?
I don't know. Is that still a thing? I know that ranch dressing was huge, Andy, when you were like in high school.
Yeah, that was a
Everybody
thing
was
for a
putting
while.
ranch on everything. French fries, you
Yep.
name it. Everything was ranch. And I thought that was now
Mm.
everybody wanted super spicy stuff
Yes.
now.
Well, and once again, The Simpsons did it
Oh.
long ago.
Oh, they did.
I think Homer was fantasizing about having won the lottery or something like that. And of course, the first thing he says is, "Bring me my ranch dressing hose."
It's
They just
from a hose.
spray it into his mouth. There were a lot of people would just eat ranch dressing. It was gross.
Yeah, it was really a fad
Yeah.
for a very long time. I mean, I like a little ranch dressing, but I don't want it on absolutely everything.
But yeah, no, it's a giant cup the size of a Whopper, so you can just dip the whole thing into it.
Boy, that's sure
Ugh.
helping
Yeah,
America's
ugh,
obesity problem.
That's gross. And I'm looking, it's news.bk.com. And finally, a ranch cup fit for a Whopper sandwich.
Oh, and a Whopper. How many patties are on a Whopper?
2.
2.
Let's see. There
How many calories
are
is just in a Whopper?
about 700 calories
Oh.
in one Whopper.
Well, that's not terrible.
I mean,
700's pretty high.
Well, it's like half. That's half of my caloric intake probably for a day.
Yeah, because to
it's
lose
about a
weight,
third for mine.
they say to lose weight, you should eat no more than 1,500 calories a day. That's what they say.
Yeah, so stay away from the
but
Whoppers
for women,
dipped
it's
in
probably
ranch.
more like 1,200 calories.
Yeah, that's
a
probably
day.
true.
Oh, unfortunately, we do not get the big dip cup.
We don't get it
New
here.
York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, Dallas, Houston, and San Francisco.
Lucky.
Good. Keep it there.
Yeah, all those wonderful places I want to go to all the time.
It's all true. Okay, 5
Excuse
overused
me.
phrases you should avoid at work. Do you have any idea? I have no idea what one of these could be.
Got
5
it.
overused phrases you should avoid at work. Do you have any idea?
Got it.
Got it. That's
Everybody's got it.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it?
You got an idea, Andy?
I don't really know office culture too well.
Yeah.
No,
you
that's
would not
probably
know
true.
office
The
culture.
most recent office culture I was exposed to was The Office, and that might be a little dated.
It's probably a little dated. Still hilarious.
Making
God, that show's
copies?
funny.
Still hilarious.
That show
however.
is so funny. It's unbelievable. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. It's still one of the greatest lines ever written. Here's some overused phrases you should avoid using at work. Okay, here we go. So, would you agree you should not use these phrases at work? Turns out most bosses at work cannot stand that stuff. You might think that vague jargon is helpful or makes you sound smart, but it can actually do the opposite. So here are the 5 things you should never say at work.
Okay.
Number 5. Ooh, that's low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit. Yeah, people say
Yeah.
that. They think it makes them sound smart.
Some better options might be easy wins or simple tasks instead of low-hanging fruit.
Mm.
Who cares? I don't care about that.
Whatever.
Move the needle.
Yeah, people do say that.
Try influence outcomes or advance our goals.
Yeah.
So is that like a
Oh.
heart rate
No, it's-
needle?
I think it's like the needle on a gauge.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, just a gauge like that.
mhm.
Probably is secret sauce still around? Ugh.
See, no,
That
people
was
haven't said that in a long
was
time.
so overused
Yeah.
for so long.
The secret sauce or the X factor.
Yeah.
What do people say now? The last 3, I'm gonna tell you what you should say, and then you can see if you can guess what they actually
That's
say.
a good idea.
Twist.
Are you ready?
Mhm.
Try saying revisit or check back in.
Circle back.
You got
Circle
it.
back.
I
Or
knew that
put a
one
pin
right
in
away.
it. Are we done with it? Put a pin
Yeah,
in it too.
Put a pin in it.
Ugh.
What was
know
the
if it's
show?
in
The
there.
guy would be like, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put a pin in it. I think, God, what was that? Maybe someone in the chat knows what I'm talking about.
I have no clue.
Circle back. That was that speaker.
That was
Press
Harris,
sec-
I think. No, it wasn't
No,
Harris. It was, it was,
Pasaski or whatever her name is.
oh, yeah, the
Sas-
redhead.
Yeah.
whatever the
Oh,
hell her
yeah.
name is.
The one that never answered a question. She just was going to circle
Yep,
back.
she
all
always
the
says
time.
circle
I
back.
thought it was
Mhm.
Jen Psaki.
Saki, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, Psaki, I think it is.
Is that Apparently
Yeah,
she's
Jen
the
Psaki.
queen of CNN.
Saki
or MSNBC or something.
Economopoulos.
Not Saki, but just Kosaki. So they confuse the two of you, Jen Psaki and Kostaki.
Jen Psaki does sound like a cousin or something.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does. There's
could
no
be.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, we got two more things. These are you should not use low-hanging fruit at work. You should not say let's move the needle, and you should not say circle back. So we have two more. I'm going to read the descriptor and see if one of the three of you can guess what it is. Andy already nailed circle back.
Yep.
It's a catch-all term that isn't always used right. Say what you really mean, like utilize or capitalize on. You have any idea what that would be?
No, I can't think of it.
Leverage.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say leverage.
Leverage
at
is
work.
overused.
I guess so.
All right.
I mean,
And-
leverage is a different thing, though. Leverage is like you'd use debt to leverage something. Like you
Yeah.
take out a loan
but
so
like
you
you
can buy something more valuable than the loan.
Yeah,
That's leverage.
But like you said, I avoid office culture like the plague because I
Yeah.
hate working in offices. I don't think you've ever worked in an office.
I did.
You
When I
have worked
first
for
met you.
corporation. Yeah, but
I
that's
had
a
my
long
own
time ago.
office at Capitol Records.
But
What do
you've
you
been
mean?
doing your own thing for a long time. And Kostaki being a comedian probably isn't
Not a
really
lot of office culture.
having to.
No, not
hang
much
out
lately. I have been in, I have done some over the years, but not in a while.
Isn't it awful?
Yeah.
Working in an office is like the worst.
Yeah.
To me, I just can't. Sitting for 8 hours in a cubicle staring at a screen.
Mhm.
I think I'd rather, like have my spine removed. I don't even know. I just hate
Okay.
it. I would hate it so much.
Gentle.
And most people do that. That's what most people do
Yeah.
all day long.
Right.
A lot of people.
That's
Oy, oy,
gentle.
oy, oy.
Okay,
I
the
will say
final one.
I miss inside jokes. Because I
Yeah.
travel. I'm not with the same people day after day, so I don't have inside jokes. I kind of
Yeah.
miss that.
Yeah, okay.
The final one. Say collaboration or team effort instead of this. Collaboration or team effort.
Squad goals.
No, that's not it.
Squat.
You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Don't ever say synergy.
Oh,
Oh, synergy.
I have
I forgot
never-
about synergy. I didn't think people were still using that.
I've never used synergy in my life. It has a certain synergy.
Synergy's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah,
It
really
has,
long time.
no
But I
question.
didn't think it was like all current.
Kostaki, we got a little challenge coming up this weekend in the NFL front with the Vikings playing. I never thought I would fear the Detroit Lions.
yeah,
In
right.
my lifetime, I never
You
had.
had 40-year run of not worrying about them at all.
Exactly. What happened?
Now they're the good team. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, they beat the heck out of the Cowboys this week.
Didn't they score like 49 points or something?
It
Wow.
was 47-9 was the final. Here's joke number one. That's the biggest home loss since Tom Brady's divorce. Am I right, everybody?
Oh, huh?
That's a big home loss.
Although she had more money than he did, so maybe the home loss was hers.
I'm sure they're
Maybe.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they're getting by.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a woman so rich that she dwarfs the income of Tom Brady?
That's true.
That's hard to get my head around.
It really is.
It really
You're
is.
The greatest quarterback of all time, all those contracts, he played for over 20 years, all of that advertising money, and nothing compared to what she makes. It's
Nothing.
crazy.
I know.
That's a global brand she built. Good for her.
Yeah, indeed, it's true. So,
But the Cowboys suck. That's fun.
but the Cowboys suck.
Here's a fun stat. SpaceX had more touchdowns Sunday than the Cowboys.
See, did you watch that, by the way?
I just saw like the tiniest clip. I didn't get much of the detail, but
It's pretty damn
You
cool
mean that
parking
thing-
that. They
I
parked it.
know. I've watched people trying to parallel park for a half an hour. This thing can come from space and land in a circle.
Exactly.
What?
right. You're right. That's astounding.
It is
Think about
astounding.
that.
You're right. I mean, somebody said that if they gave all the funding that Musk is putting into SpaceX to the NASA that they would never be able to do what he's doing in 25 to 30 years
That's
because it
what
would
I
all be
hear.
government, red tape.
No,
and
NASA has basically done nothing for I don't even know
They used
how
to be
long.
such a admirable
Yep.
thing, and now it's just like I don't even know what they're doing.
I know.
Do
Now
we
I
take
gotta
that money and put it into Twitter? What?
fire Twitter back up again.
It's ruining that.
I have a question for you about that, though. Thinking about that, because I'm just talking about poking the bear here. Elon Musk should buy the Twins because the Pohlads want to sell them. Can you imagine if Elon Musk owned your baseball team?
Why would
surprised
you
he
ever
doesn't
want to
wanna-
get into that?
I'm surprised he doesn't own a franchise.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Maybe he does.
They're
Are they
very
good
valuable.
investments at this
Oh,
point?
God, yes.
How much you have to pay for a franchise?
Well, what would you say, Kostaki?
It's a good question. I mean, broadly, American sports franchises have gone up in value so much in the last
That's what
year
I
and a half.
mean.
But does that continue? Probably. I don't know.
Don't know.
Maybe he's too much of a a geek to care about sports stuff.
Yeah, it's
Right.
possible. He's only
His
really buys
interests
tech
lie
stuff.
elsewhere. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But hey, if your team's suffering, he's certainly going to do something different with it.
Yeah, no question. Donald Trump already owned a team, so
Did he?
yeah, he owned the
The New Jersey Generals, is that right?
Jersey General. He tried to buy the Minnesota Twins last time they sold like 30 some years
Yep.
ago, but it didn't work.
Yeah, he was at the forefront of the USFL, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
they got Herschel Walker, who was the biggest name in football at the
Right.
time,
Yep.
and goofed up his career. and Trump, he gets credit for a lot of things, but he should be held accountable for talking the league into going up against the NFL in the fall on Sundays. That was
I don't
Yeah.
he was one of the ones who pushed for that, and
Eek.
that didn't work out for them at all.
The United States Football League. We didn't have a team here.
No,
In the USFL.
Atlanta did. I don't think Atlanta had a team either.
Name a USFL team.
The New Jersey Generals.
The
Well,
New Jersey Generals. Was
Aside
definitely-
from that one that we just mentioned, because
there was something, the Birmingham Stallions or something.
you got it.
There you go.
That's about it. I think that's the beginning, middle, and end of my list.
There you go. You got the Birmingham, and then you got the Trump one.
The Trump one.
Houston Rabble Rousers or something, right?
Not
Wranglers?
even close. That would be the Houston Gamblers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Rabble rousers, gamblers. What's the difference?
Gamblers. That was before gambling was okay. That's an interesting thing to put in your team name.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of teams are basically like the Outlaws.
Yeah. Weren't they
Yeah.
supposed
You
to
know,
be
Vikings,
a little, yeah.
Buccaneers.
Right.
Right.
and
Right,
Buccaneering has never been legal, I don't
right.
think.
That's a good point.
Nothing will ever top the name of the high school team in Pekin, Illinois.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, you can't even say it anymore.
I was just gonna say it, and I'm like, I don't think I want to say that.
You and Andy don't know what it is, do you, Kath?
Yes.
No.
Oh, Andy, you know what it is?
You've told it a few times.
I thought so. Okay, Catherine, let me put it this way. Just forget all about Pekin, Illinois, and all the rest of it. And by the way, did you know the mascot was a drawing of a person wearing the hat and all
Right.
that? I did, yeah.
Of course.
Okay,
Of
let me put
course
it this
is.
way. They may have named the team with one of the words from the line, there's a chink in the armor.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's right. I have heard.
Can
This.
you believe they had the balls to do something like that?
No.
That is kind of astounding.
It's like, what? Really? Oh,
Yeah,
too bad.
I did back in the old days, my radio segment was called the Economonologue, and every week I
Oh,
would
right.
pick a different subject. And one week I did weird mascots, and I did the research, and that was one of them. There were several that were like, wow. There's a team in Butte, Montana, and their mascot is the Pirates, the Butte Pirates.
Butt pirates. Really? Really?
And when I looked it up, there were stories about like the rival teams would sneak over and scrape the E off of the bus.
Yep.
Of
Of
course
course.
they did.
Of course they did.
Well,
How
do you
could
know
not?
what? Do you know why Pac-Man is named Pac-Man?
No.
Do I want to know?
Well, in Japan, he was originally named Puck-Man because he looked like a puck. But then they were like, Puck-Man. And then one of the executives scratched out a bit of the P.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, every teenager in the world is going to do this. Turn Puck-Man into something else, man.
Yes.
So they changed it to Pac-Man. So you got to think about these things.
That's why they went with Pac-Man, huh?
You should.
Yep.
There's a fun story this week. The Bed Bath and Beyond had to
That-
apologize.
Yeah, we talked
Yes,
about that.
indeed.
Yeah, I just
Oh
looked
my
at that candle.
goodness, that's hilarious to me. I could not stop giggling when I saw the candle. So for the listeners, if you didn't hear this, it's a candle that's like a snow theme, and it has a paper cutout. It's very prominent on the label of a
Mhm.
snowflake, but the snowflake looks
A little
looks
bit.
like it looks like some cartoonish clan members. It's hilarious.
But they didn't do it on purpose. They didn't.
No, of course
I
not.
wouldn't imagine.
There was a guy claims they did it on purpose.
Oh well.
Why would they do it on purpose? That
No,
doesn't make any
Definitely,
sense.
this is not the kind of publicity Bed
No.
Bath and Beyond wants to get.
A Bed Bath and Beyond, the famously controversial
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, they're
always
always out
trying to
there
be
with their
edgy.
dog whistles. Yeah.
When I think edgy, I think Bed Bath and Beyond.
But because I have two minds on that. On one hand, I was like, give them a break. It's clearly a snowflake that just happens to also look like
Mhm.
something. But then as I looked at it further, I was like, nobody at a meeting went, hey, this is a little. It's very funny.
Well, it is unbelievable. But they do have a hole in their stomach too. So
Mm.
you wouldn't think that if it was supposed to be the KKK that all had bullet holes in their stomachs. You wouldn't think, but maybe they would. I guess.
Honestly, if you're a millennial, you'll probably see Candlejack from Freakazoid before anything else.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Not that any of you know who that is, but we do have a few millennial listeners, and they're probably thinking, "Hell yeah, Freakazoid."
Hell yeah.
Are you posting the picture?
Yeah, I can do that.
Pop it up here quickly.
Candlejack. Let's see.
Candlejack
here.
from where is this?
It's called Freakazoid.
Freakazoid. And what is
He
it?
runs around in underwear. Freakazoid. Freakazoid.
What?
It's a cartoon from a million years ago.
Oh, okay. While you're bringing it up, I got a Mike Gelfand. We were talking about this very thing at the Pekin, Illinois team and all the rest of it. Gelfand sitting there, not saying a word. And at the very end, after about 5 seconds of total silence, Gelfand said, if they ever name a team the Kansas City Jews, I'll never miss a game.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, they probably wouldn't, as compared to what they named that team, they probably wouldn't have gone with Jew. Let me put it that way.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not the Pekin Chinese people.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. That's
Right.
exactly right. So did you find it, Andy?
Yes, I am just adding it now.
Okay, what is this again we're
Here's
looking at?
Candlejack from Freakazoid.
Oh, Candlejack from
There he
Freakazoid.
is. See?
Oh, yeah.
It looks exactly like
Oh.
him.
Yeah, that's true.
Those
It does.
little snowflakes.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of.
See?
Yeah. I see that.
Candlejack. There you go.
See it.
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
There
Have
you
you
have
got
it.
the candle? Can you put the candle up there?
Yes.
Oh, you can put the candle up.
There you
There you go. There's your candle.
Come
See?
on.
Candle?
That's hilarious.
Candlejack.
You know what? And
it's even a
unless somebody
candle.
said something, I would never even look at it twice.
I probably wouldn't either. I'd just be like, it's a snowflake, whatever.
Yeah,
who
but
cares?
now that somebody said something,
Yeah.
that's all I can see.
What do you think about it? Candlejack.
I think
See?
I
Candle.
think that's what's funny to me about it, because I've been in and around so many of these like beats where you're working on a project. And
Right.
it's funny that it made it through the machine and no one was like, it's a little.
It's a little.
You know, it's interesting though. You gotta wonder if kids or people under the age of 30 even know what it is.
Maybe not.
I mean, that was
Maybe
a
they've never
long
heard of
time
it.
ago.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've heard of it because
That's
it's
hopeful.
blasted everywhere.
Well,
But
I mean, no, but seriously, I mean, at some point, stuff like that is just not, it's so irrelevant that, you know, you
Mhm.
just got to think people probably just aren't, I mean, unless you're exposed to that kind of,
I
Yeah.
hope you're right. That's a
Answer.
good. That's
I
a
mean,
good
once
idea. It's
I
just
mean,
such
imagine like a 20-year-old. Like, how long ago was that to a 20-year-old? It might as well be, talking about the Egyptians, the pharaohs.
Right.
Oh, this
It-
just looks just like Horus. You can't do that. That's blasphemy.
it's such an iconic. Yeah, I guess you're right. It is. It might seem far away to a different generation. I hope that's right. That's a
I
good
would think.
explanation.
I mean,
I would think so.
I would think that a
'Cause, like-
lot of that stuff is going to be going by. I mean,
Yeah.
people aren't
Well, as a millennial, KKK references feel like ancient history.
right.
Super
To
old.
me, it seems like ancient history.
So, I mean, yeah, their height of power was what, like the 20s or something? It was a long time ago. There's always remnants of everything, but
Right.
they're irrelevant. No one cares about them.
Yeah. I hope you're right.
I hope you're right.
Maybe one day we can make a candle that looks like a little ghost guy with 2 eyes, and no one will think of anything else. Maybe.
Maybe someday. Someday that'll be
A
what
person
happens.
can dream.
So what else is going on, Kostaki?
Well, we could return to making fun of the Cowboys. That's one of my hobbies. Anyway.
You love that.
I remember
love
just
that.
hating them when they were winning everything.
Oh yeah, that's exactly when it
Ah.
happened for me. That's it's still and it sticks. So
Yeah.
I still kind of
Mhm.
enjoy when they lose, and because they're like the America's team, they're a national story. They get the best ratings of all the teams, and
Right.
Sure.
Yep.
They do? Better
Uh,
than the Patriots?
oh yeah, by far. Like in terms of the numbers, that's why so
Right.
often they play in that second window in the 4 something time slot.
Wow.
Yes.
Um,
Slot.
and they wind up with a lot of the island games, the primetime games, and they're on Thanksgiving. They're just ubiquitous, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But this week they gave up 47 points.
Oh God.
You'd expect better coverage in AT&T Stadium.
You
Oh,
would.
see, get it? The coverage in AT&T Stadium, ladies and gentlemen.
You know why they usually close the roof on that stadium? Because God is tired of watching this crap.
Ooh, very good.
The Cowboys should build a wall around their end zone and make the Lions pay for it.
Boy,
Wow, we're hitting Texas border stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, if they were good, they would have more than 1 star. That's a terrible rating, right?
that's true.
They installed a new offense this week. It's the can't run and shoot yourself in the foot. Not good.
Oh God.
We had London games going on. We had one this past week. We got another one coming up. The Jaguars are a disaster. They should get some FEMA money. They're not good.
Yeah, time.
Is that too soon?
I think it's on the periphery. This is one of those.
All right.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
check.
You're not joking about the hurricane itself.
Okay.
You're joking
Right.
about the
Okay.
peripheral news stuff.
All right.
I learned this in 9/11. I've been a comic a long time.
Yeah.
You can't joke around about the plane crashing into the building, but you can talk about the news coverage.
Yes.
Right. It's like the Jaguars offense was driving on the wrong side of the street. It's like the Jaguars were wearing red coats and marching in rows. They were very easy to pick off.
There
In
might
London,
be another reference that might be.
in London, they convert dollars to pounds. In Chicago, they convert pizza to pounds. So it's different. It's different, it's different culture.
They do it well.
Yeah. This week, it's Jaguars Patriots in London.
Oh God, what a horrible game.
That's the bad one. You give us taxation without representation. You get Jags Patriots. That's
Yeah. There
So
you go.
why are we doing these London games anyway? Did they have
Trying
huge
to s-
ratings?
They're
Or
trying to spread the league over to Europe now.
yeah.
I thought
The
they did that
tickets.
before and there was little interest.
No, it's
Okay.
been the opposite. The
Oh.
tickets sell out
Oh.
lightning fast.
Okay.
And they did some kind of a study. So this is a very German way to look at the world. The Germans studied when they had a game there, based on how quickly the tickets sold out and at the
Okay.
prices. They could have sold 3 million tickets.
Oh my God.
That was their estimate.
Oh, okay.
So it's been very popular in Europe, and they're continuing to explore other places to play. And
Okay.
they're spreading it into a global game. They're trying to, which I get, because arguably basketball took over the world.
Yeah, what are
Uh,
those Chinese teams going to look like?
Don't say what we're all thinking.
They're all going to have to wear gray uniforms, and
There you go.
they all are quarterbacks.
Can't be counter-revolutionary in any way. So
Well, you know what's is an old joke. You know what's fun about football in China? Every game comes with Jerry Rice. All right.
Oh God! Honest to God!
yeah, but then an hour after the game, you just want more.
Yeah. You want football again? Yeah.
No, I want Chinese food. Shut up.
I know.
love
I haven't had
Chinese.
Chinese food in
I haven't
forever.
I
I
haven't
wish.
I love Chinese food.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I haven't had. I was just thinking. I haven't had Chinese food in a long
What the
time.
hell are we doing?
Let's
We
get
have this
some
great Chinese
food.
restaurant in town, but Melissa can't eat soy anymore, and good luck not having Chinese food with soy sauce in it.
I thought
Oh, right.
there was a non-harmful brand.
There is, but restaurants, I mean,
Oh yeah.
tamari soy sauce doesn't have any soy in it, but it's also, well, it's also made of wheat, so
Oh, boy.
Doesn't help.
Oh,
she can't
boy.
have that either.
Oh, so you avoid the soy, but you get some of the flavor and like a salty, watery.
I
thing?
think tamari tastes much better than soy sauce, actually.
Yeah.
No.
Soy sauce would be easy to replace.
Oh, I have it backwards. Tamari is all soy, no wheat.
What's ponzu sauce?
Ponzu is some other very different thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so tamari is all soy. Most soy sauce is a mixture of soy and wheat.
Okay.
Oh.
Somehow, I don't know, it's like distilled from wheat or something like
Just
that.
to make sure they could agitate as many people.
Yeah,
as possible.
seriously. Might as well put some peanuts and shellfish in there while you're at it.
God.
That's
But yeah,
great.
for years we were, well, like not years, but a long time, we'd buy tamari, which is all soy. It's thicker and more rich. I think it tastes a lot better. But now, of course, she can't eat soy either. So it's like not a whole lot of Asian sauces that are free of both.
No.
Right.
That's
I
an
got-
interesting thing is there's not a whole lot of food allergy in Asia. Like you go to
Oh, really?
Japan,
Really?
it's going to be very difficult to find allergen information because the idea of being allergic to wheat or soy or whatever is just like they don't even consider it.
I suppose. Yeah.
Makes you think.
Because
I
it's
suppose.
a uniform diet, because the ideas are
That could
repressed,
be.
because
Probably.
That could be.
Because I
culturally
know
or
they have a lot of dairy. They have, right?
DNA
Asian people
wise, they
usually
have
have a lot of
fewer
dairy
issues.
problems.
Well, yeah,
They
they
don't
don't
have
drink a whole lot of milk.
Yeah, they don't have
They're
dairy
like they're
cows.
slightly lactose intolerant, but they do like cheese a good amount.
Ooh, who doesn't?
Maybe
love
not as much
cheese?
as in America or Europe,
Cheese.
but they still like their cheese.
Cheese, I say.
I like cheese
I
too.
say.
No question. I was thinking about this. There was a brand of Chinese food. It was canned Chinese food.
La Choy.
It was Le Choi. It was the name of it.
It's horrible.
It was
Okay, then.
horrible. That's really not. So Le Choi, but here was their slogan. And I love this. And then I'll tell you where it was from. Their slogan and their jingle was East meets West. Le Choi makes Chinese food. That was their jingle, right? Guess where Le Choi was invented and produced to ship all over the United States? Guess where?
It's gonna be
East
like
meets
Nebraska
West.
or something.
Dearborn, Michigan.
Any guess, Kostaki?
The fun answer would be if it's not east or west.
Yeah. It's like Iceland.
It was made in Duluth, Minnesota.
Oh, well, that's pretty
Oh,
close to
wow.
Iceland. So yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
You
there
were
was La
right,
Choy
yeah.
and I think Chungking.
Chungking, yeah.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, they had those
Chungking,
cans.
yes.
Mhm.
they
And
were
the,
big
the,
cans,
the
yep.
crispy noodles were in one can, and
Yep.
then the slop that they called Chinese
Oh,
food. Was
yeah.
in-
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah, it was slop. It was so gross.
I
The
remember one
slop.
of the funniest things my friend Alex ever did was completely unintentional. He bought this frozen like chow mein thing from the grocery store,
Mhm.
Sure.
and he heated it up and started eating it. And just watching him eat what he described as the saltiest thing he's ever
Oh,
tasted.
God.
He said it was
Oh.
basically like a gel made of
Yeah.
salt.
Cornstarch gel and salt.
It was like the
slop.
grossest thing on earth. It was just like, who is this for?
I don't.
Are there people out there who are like
Who will eat
10,000% daily value of sodium? Sign me up.
I remember thinking that about Spam. My dad would get Spam once in a while, and I was like, "This is the weirdest." Even as a child, I was like, "A ground up meat in a can with like a jelly
Salty meat.
sauce."
Yep.
So
Minnesota's
weird.
own.
I like Spam actually. I'll just buy Spam singles and eat them.
Really?
Tasty.
They have
Spam,
singles?
Yep, Spam singles. Cans are too big.
Oh.
Remember even
Singles? What are they, like Pop Tarts? What do you mean singles?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, basically, it's just like a little like square of
It's a
Spam.
strip of. It's like a steak of a Spam.
It's kind of like a quick steak kind of thing,
it
but
in
it's
the-
like
Is it in the canned goods section? Where do you?
it's
even
usually
see this?
next to the Spam, but it's kind of hard to find.
Oh.
That's all. Well, remember Monty Python
Spamage.
made fun of Spam with a jingle: spam, 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 spam.
Spam. Yeah.
Where is the most Spam sold on Earth?
Hawaii.
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 Oh, that's
because
weird.
Famous for it's because of World War II, I
they
think.
love Spam over in Hawaii.
I think it was because we would like ship Spam over there because it keeps well, it's high protein and fat, so
Yes.
it'll it's. And then they were just like, these people all grew up eating Spam, so they're
Yeah.
like, now it's our culture, Spam.
Right.
It's funny
Yeah.
how those things work.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
very
funny.
true.
Somebody was saying to me the other day, like the potatoes were American originally, and so Ireland didn't have potatoes until relatively recently.
Yeah,
That as
Really?
being something that's
Oh, I
been there
didn't know
forever.
that.
And tomatoes didn't get to the Italians until kind of late in the game, and we think of that as being something they've had for always and always and always.
Well, they certainly embraced it.
Yeah,
Yes, they
right?
did. They did indeed, no question.
I can hear Andy's fingers flying across the keyboard, fact checking.
We're talking in the chat.
Oh, I thought you were fact.
Mhm.
Nobody does it faster. Actually, it says here.
You're wrong.
Wrong as usual.
There you go.
All right, let's do some Tom Brady jokes that have a racial component. Can't do this.
There you
Can't do
go.
this some other places.
No.
All right. Tom Brady is expected to be approved as the Raiders' minority owner.
Oh.
Not a minority owner in a traditional sense. He's still
No.
a rich white guy. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity. It's good.
Yeah.
He's buying the Vegas.
Yeah, he's going to be
The
part
Vegas
owner.
whatevers.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. It's a weird match, right? Because I think of Vegas as like excess and wild indulgences.
Right.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady, who for him, like eating a breadstick is going crazy,
That's true.
if he becomes the Raiders' minority owner, can he give some haircut tips to the majority owner? Would that
Oh, there you not a bad idea.
kill the See, this could be a great Halloween costume. A Tom Brady jersey and blackface, and you're the Raiders' minority owner.
That's a good point.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
God.
There's some controversy about this because he's also a broadcaster, and so there's some concern. It might be a conflict of interest, and blah,
Mhm.
blah, blah, and I don't know what the big controversy is. I mean, he owned the Jets for 20 years, right?
See, he owned the Jets, ladies and gentlemen.
He crushed them in their spirits. See, also Bills and Dolphins. Ooh.
Isn't it amazing that everybody has crushed the Jets since Joe Montana, or I mean, Joe Namath left?
Yeah. They've had a tough
sucked.
run.
It's true. They've been terrible.
Have you seen Joe Namath in some of those commercials he's
Oh,
doing
yeah,
for
he's getting-
something?
getting a little
my
old.
Lord.
Yeah, a little old. It's true.
Yeah, I saw him in person at some Super Bowl media thing. He looks the part. He's been around for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
He's a
A lot of those guys. I saw Mean Joe Green. It was like a cultural icon when I was a
writing
boy.
machine. Yeah.
And like crumpled and struggling to walk. It's hard to get your head around.
Yeah.
I'm over here watching a cat walk all over Tim Lammers.
There's a cat.
There he
Oh,
is.
Timmy's with us. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. This is Mari. Hi, Mari is the sweetest animal, the sweetest member of the family, dogs and cats that we've ever had.
Kitty.
We just got a new puppy, and she lets that puppy crawl all over her and put her whole head in his mouth, and
What do you think
whatever,
of this?
whatever you need to do.
You got
whatever you need.
Timmy and Kostaki on at the same time. Now we're talking, baby.
East meets West.
Except for Andy and Kostaki are wearing the same shirt. That's the only difference.
Pretty close.
What's going on?
I got my 40 grit here from Duluth Trading Company.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, Kostaki, you got to be happy with that Cousins fella for the Falcons, huh?
I'm thrilled. We the past 2 years we've had the 58th best quarterback in the world. We moved up to 14th.
There you
So,
go.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'm excited. Our team is quietly leading the division at 4-2. So
Ooh.
Man.
Do they play the Vikes this year or not? Is there going to be a showdown?
I think they do. I think it's at Minnesota in December,
Oh.
maybe
Should be
November. I
fun.
think it's coming up. Yeah, that'll be a great storyline.
You know what? What I don't want Minnesota fans to do is boo the guy.
No.
You know what? Look, he couldn't get the job done, obviously,
You're
but
not
at
the
least he
Eagles.
made
of
things
course.
entertaining, you know,
No.
and then he had the opportunity to move on. We weren't going to pay him that.
No, Minnesota's nice.
No,
You're not mad at him.
I hope they don't
Minnesota
boo him.
doesn't do that stuff too much.
He's nice too. He's like the most earnest,
Oh,
Christian,
yeah.
hardworking. But no one has leveraged skills into money like Kirk Cousins. It's
You
amazing.
got that right. That
Oh,
is
my
a
God.
fact.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
had a good run with the bank.
He has, and you know, if you want to get a taste of that nice Kirk Cousins, just watch quarterback.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, he really
he's
does.
so
seem like
easy
a
to root
stand-up
for.
guy.
He just puts his head down and does all the things and studies all the film and gets in the ice baths. I mean, it's pretty. He's just this earnest, like hardworking dude. And it's fun to see him mic'd up too, and he's just getting throttled in the pocket, and you can hear him go, "Ooh," and he's like
Oh.
running back to snap the ball, and he could feel like he could barely get there. That-
You're talking in quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah. When he was with the Vikings, and you know, I mean, didn't have exactly the best offensive line, you know, when he started either. So
No.
you know that they always throw everything on the quarterback. Well, if you don't have anybody to protect you, what the hell are you going to do?
Right. And of course, the quarterback always gets too much blame and too much credit. It's however the
Sure.
team is doing, it's on him. So
I was all kind of shocked at how little he was. He was tall, but he's rail thin.
6'3", right? I
Yeah.
think he's 6'3".
He's
but-
very thin though.
Were we talking about Kirk Cousins?
Yes.
He is 6'3", yes. And he weighs, what does he weigh?
110.
There's a doggy in the background.
Yeah. He's. I'm gonna have to relocate him in a different room. So.
Poor puppy.
Well, this
It's
is
just, you know, and Mari's over there. She's just being chill, but he's raising a ruckus. We have
puppies will do that.
6 animals in the house now: 3
Oh.
dogs, 2 cats, and a bearded dragon. Who doesn't make any noise?
No, that one doesn't talk.
And you've seen her before. She sits on my shoulder and like
Yep.
my pirate with my
Yep.
with the whatever. Talking bird.
It's a beauty.
My
6'3"
brain isn't
and
working. I'm going to relocate
205
Vaughn.
pounds.
Yeah. 2.5,
Apparently.
and he probably is about $185.
No,
actually.
205.
And
That's
he-
what it says.
yeah.
Well, for 6'3", that's still pretty lean.
Let's
Right.
calculate his BMI.
Oh God, now he's doing his BMI.
What else
to
am
me,
I going to do?
To me, the takeaway on some of these players, like when I shake hands with some of these guys at the Super Bowl media events, their hands are huge.
Huge. Yep.
It's really noticeable over and over and over again. You shake hands with a guy, and your hand just disappears into this
Yeah.
giant mitt.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
true.
And
There we
we
go.
actually do hand measurements at the combine because it's correlated with success later in the career. So
Is it?
yeah,
Well, I suppose it makes sense.
Well, easier to catch the ball, you know.
Yeah, easier to keep it when you're running
rip
around.
it, throw it, spin it, all
Sure.
the things. Yeah.
Pop it, twist it, pull it.
Okay, here's a new fella.
That's the new one.
Doggy. Is that a
Oh,
basset hound?
Yeah, we're Bassett crazy.
You tell by the ears.
cute.
His name is James.
James is
My dad loved dogs so much that we named him after my dad.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
that's sweet.
So
Yeah.
the kids want to call him Jamie.
Look
But
at those
he's about
ears.
10
I
weeks
know.
old. We've had him for 2 weeks. He slept most of the time, but now he's getting a little more rambunctious.
Well, and
Mhm.
puppies are just like children. It's like, oh, dad's on the podcast,
Yep.
dad's on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter just is going to take Vaughn out to go to the bathroom, and hopefully he'll settle down. Then she'll take this little fella back. So, but yeah,
Do you have
it's fun.
you
I
have a
love
giant
dogs.
backyard, fenced-in backyard for all
We
those
should,
You
because
should,
the
yeah.
Bassets are runners.
Yep. We have
Yeah.
a beagle, Daisy, and when
Same thing.
we got a fence, and it was the best thing ever for her. She's trim. She goes out there and runs around and howls and has fun.
We just happen to know a good fencing company.
We sure do. If you're looking for a fence, for a
Now the
fence,
puppy's trying to
the,
bite my ears and give me a pierced ear. I'm not going to do that. I'm not piercing my ears.
puppy teeth are the needles.
Razor sharp, man.
Yep.
I figure if I rock him long enough, he'll just go to sleep and he'll just be like this.
I think you could do a whole YouTube channel just holding the dog.
Yeah, just the puppy cast.
It's amazing. I mean, we watch dog videos all the time
Mhm.
on YouTube. They're just so funny. Dogs are natural born comedians. I mean, just
They
look at this
are.
guy. How do you not laugh?
I know.
Kentucky, bring a dog into your act. Guaranteed laughter.
Just have a dog sitting there
Be
on
that
stage.
Look at him. Silly look.
Oh, look at those faces.
Oh,
Yep.
no, he's whining.
If I
Oh,
named
yeah.
my dog after my dad, I'd have a dog named Vasilis. That's
A dog named Bacillus.
Bacillus,
Here,
get over here, damn it.
it's a little cumbersome for a dog name.
Oh,
Yeah.
we call him silly.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
silly.
I tried Philly dog, but they didn't go for it.
No.
They didn't go for Philly dog.
Oh,
God, I mean, you know what? Talk about the most difficult thing in the world when you got 3 kids. The 4th one, he didn't weigh in, but 3 kids. Everybody has a different idea for a name, and nobody agrees on anything.
oh no. I'm sure
God,
that's-
it took like he didn't have a name for a couple days after we got him. Dog, get over here. Somebody named their dog. Damn it! Get over here, damn it!
Damn it.
That'd be a good one. Okay, go to sleep, James.
You know, one of my favorite jokes, and Kostaki, you probably know this joke, and I cannot remember. It was a very large black man comedian. And
Happy Cole.
I can't remember who the hell it was, but he said he made a huge mistake. His wife always wanted a dog. And so he finally did buy her a dog as a surprise, named the dog himself. Then he realized living where they did, as a black family, it was not a good idea to name his dog what he named it, because when his wife would come out calling for the dog, she'd go, "Here it is, here it is." He named the dog Tiz. Here it is. I thought she was a hooker.
Nice.
That was a very funny. Here it is.
I think somebody
Okay.
needs some enrichment time. too.
Yeah, I
it
think
seems like
so.
I know. He just, it's like one of these things. First couple days we could hold him as he'd sleep. Now it's like I want to get down and wreck stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going
Once
to chew on
you are.
cords.
Yep.
I'm not. There's the couch here with all his toys.
Go chew the couch.
I don't want the toys. I want the cables. to
Yep.
your-
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
right.
There we go. I think.
I
he's
want
gonna be
this
okay.
power cable with 120 volts
yeah, that's
running
what I
through it.
prefer to try.
So we got a couple of minutes left. Maybe Kostaki
for real.
and Timmy can talk about a movie and see if they agree on it or something.
My big fat Greek wedding.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, the free fall that Joker filet à deux,
Oh God, yeah.
I heard it's
Sure.
terrible.
81%. It may be historic for something that big. It might be a historic drop.
Really?
It went. I'm trying to think. It was now the big number to remember here is that it cost $200 million to make.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, that's before in the business they call it P&A, but marketing. Okay, so marketing costs are a lot more than that, especially
Mhm.
when you got Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix.
right.
So $200 million production budget, made 38 its first weekend, not good. Dropped from 38 to $7 million.
Uh-oh.
Beat at the box office by the unrated $2 million budgeted Terrifier 3, which
Oh, I
made
heard that. Yeah.
$18 million. A movies that I will refuse to see, by the way. I will not I guess they are so disgusting. People are puking in the aisles or
Oh,
walking out.
And what?
God.
And
It's
what's
Terrifier
that?
3.
Oh,
It's
Terrifier 3. The
Yeah, yeah.
comedy?
No, it's a clown. Obviously, one clown defeated another clown this weekend. But yeah, Terrifier 3, $18 million, $2 million budget.
Oh,
God.
I think
people-
Hollywood needs to study this.
Yeah, right. People were puking in the aisles at the Cowboys game too.
What the hell happened there? I mean, the
Look at
Lions.
that.
Holy God!
Very clever.
We weren't
was looking
expecting
for-
Terrifier 4 to come out so quickly, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that Terrifier. Yeah, the sequel was already playing the same weekend the 3 opened. God, yeah, what happened there, Kostaki? I didn't see the game, but what happened? Or Tommy, did anybody watch it? Andy,
They just
Catherine?
got throttled at every level. It was it was ugly. It was ugly. Here, all right. Here's a joke I can get out on. Cell phones keep getting thinner and smarter. The opposite of Coach Mike McCarthy. Am I right, everybody? All right.
Let's
I
add
like
in defensive coach Mike Zimmer. He didn't do his job
No, he
with
certainly
the
didn't.
Cowboys.
47 points. Is that it? Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
I wonder if anybody's going to want to hire him as a coach again.
highly unlikely.
Yeah,
Highly unlikely. Kostaki, we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Go Vikings.
Bye.
Yeah, baby.
See you guys.
See ya.
Timmy, what do you got cooking, Pally?
Well, I want to know if you got through the perfect couple yet.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. We're on like
We're
episode.
the final episode.
Yep.
Oh, so you saw it.
Well, we have one left.
We
Oh,
have
you have
one.
one left. Okay. We'll talk about it more then. Just got to do a quick plug because he is such a great guy. The police officer in it, Michael Beach,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy that
Yep.
was in Mayor of Kingstown.
mayor of Kingstown, and Tulsa King as Ty's
Yeah.
dad.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. He's all
I
over
just-
the place right now.
Yeah, he is. And the guy's got 170 credits. He's been working since 86.
Oh,
But I got a Forbes interview with him that I just published yesterday. We
Nice.
talk about Kingstown because he died in that one.
right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
What a dreary ass ending that was.
Oh, that
And
whole.
then the perfect couple, we talked about that, as well as Kingstown. Kingstown is not nearly as big a role, but just the greatest guy in the world. God, I
Is
just
he?
love talking to him. Sort of guy you can hang out with. He's just really a really good guy.
Oh, nice. Nice to hear.
Oh yeah, always. Considering, you hear about Joaquin Phoenix saying, "I don't like this scene. Let's rewrite it." Well, we don't have nothing to write it on. Okay, well, let's get a roll of toilet paper. We'll just rewrite the script on that.
Oh my God.
They did that. That was in Variety. They were talking about Todd Phillips was talking about. He didn't like the scene, so he rewrote it on a piece of toilet paper.
Mm.
Okay, well, now you're wondering why your movie is suffering. I'm not
Right.
saying that's the entire thing. Maybe the fact that they paid you, Gaga, and Phoenix $50 million of that $200 million production budget, reportedly.
Oh
They
God.
gotta rein this stuff in, man.
Well,
You
yeah. I
gotta
mean, if
rein
they
it
have
in.
nothing to lose,
Of course not. Yeah, they're getting paid no matter what.
yeah,
Yep.
they don't care if it sucks.
I had a friend at Columbia Pictures, a publicist, who was there over 20 years. Columbia had a string of bombs, like 5 bombs in a row. Where did they cut? They cut the people like the studio publicists and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this person who was terrific at her job, loyal for 22 years, is all of a sudden out of a job. Not because of her poor performance or anything like that. Her performance was stellar. It was the fact that when you keep investing in duds,
Yeah.
somebody's got to pay. And unfortunately, I think movies, like anything, even professional sports, should be performance based.
Yeah. That would be a great idea.
That'd be great incentive to,
Well, don't
to
they-
hold down the costs.
Don't some of them get like a back end deal? Like if it blows up, they get.
If they're smart, they do, and that's why one of the most famous case studies of that. I think there's a couple. I don't know the specific numbers with Joker and Jack Nicholson, but Batman and Jack Nicholson. But I do believe he made $60 million, mainly because he had back end deals
Yeah.
in place. Now, Zemeckis and Tom Hanks with Forrest Gump. If you look it up, Andy, I'm sure you'll find it right away. they were $600 million. That the film had made $600 million at the box office, but it was still in the red because
What was this film?
It's Forrest Gump.
Oh,
Yeah.
like I thought you were like talking about a remake or something.
No, they had a back end deal where they took a percentage, and so the movie, you know, because the biggest misnomer about movies and box office is a movie costs 200 million to make, it makes 200 million at the box office. Oh, well, it's even. Well, actually not, because half of that 200 million is gone to the theaters.
No.
You got to make that up.
Yeah.
And but Forrest Gump, I know it needed to make more than 600 million to be in the black.
Okay.
It was still in the red at 600 mil, I believe.
Well, let's see. Here's a article from 1995, the LA Times. Yeah, it had sold 661 million worth of tickets, and apparently it was still somehow 62 million in the red.
How does that happen? That's why these superhero movies need to make $1 billion to be profitable. You know,
apparently, well, for the author who wrote the novel that the book was based on,
Winston Groom.
yeah, he got 3% of all net profits, which that's a whole lot of money right there.
Nice.
Yeah,
3%. God, that's. But although technically, is it though? Because if there's 62 in the red, that means they don't have any net profits.
Well, but does he take it before everybody?
But it depends
else?
on what net means and profits means. Yeah, there's a lot of different definitions of both. But yeah, apparently, well, that's why this came out, is because this guy was like, they promised me 3% of net profits,
So
and
he
I'm not
wasn't
getting anything, even though they've gotten $750 million somehow. So it's like, you almost wonder if they weren't in the red, but they were using some trickery to be like, oh no, we can't pay you, sorry.
You see that all the time with filmmakers coming around years after a film comes out saying, hey, I didn't get paid what I was supposed to get paid.
Yep.
I mean, famous directors suing studios. It happens all the
Really?
Again, I've mentioned this before, but if you're going to invest your money, do not invest it in a movie ever.
No.
Ever. It might be the stupidest possible thing you could do. I mean, it is just that business. Oh God, it's the movie business. People are in it to make money.
Yep.
You know, let's
true.
be honest about it. So, but I didn't see it last week. I did see a great movie called The Wild Robot, and I was telling Tom, Catherine, last week that you two should take your grandkids to see it. The Wild Robot.
Okay.
Wonderful. Actually, it's on premium video on demand today.
Well, Ethan does love robots, so.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh my God, they're gonna love this movie, and it's for both. It's for kids and adults. It's really wonderful.
Okay.
But Saturday night, I'll be talking about that on Friday. That is a movie about the first Saturday Night Live, the 90 minutes prior to the first episode, and it's like a real time sort of deal of the madness that was going on prior to the first one. And Sandy and I were talking earlier this week. He says, yeah, I can't wait to see it. And I said, I think one thing it's going to struggle with is the fact that the cast members, not too many people know who the cast members are. And I said, and he goes, what are you talking about? How would they not know Belushi and stuff? And I said, no, I'm talking about the actors that play them. But at the same time, I thought, do people know who Belushi is anymore?
Exactly. Probably not.
Probably
I think
not.
I'm probably the last generation that knows, and we only know about him through stories. I think because didn't he die like in the 80s?
Yeah, I believe so.
Sounds about
So
right.
he let's see. When did he
at the
die?
Chateau Marmont? They found him.
He wasn't very
82. So yeah, before I was born.
God, 82.
Yep.
God, he's been dead for
Well,
42
how old was he, Andy?
years.
He was only 33.
33.
He's been dead for 42 years.
Yep.
Holy God.
Yeah.
I
So
know. So
like
do
I said, it's
people
like
know, you know, and so the film made it was wasn't in, it was like a couple thousand theaters, but it wasn't in the top 5 this weekend. So I don't know where it's going to go, but I will point out one cast member, and I mentioned this to Bob. Dylan O'Brien plays Dan Aykroyd. Dylan O'Brien played in Vince Flynn's movie, the lead.
That's correct.
American Assassin.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
he was. Yeah, he's good.
Yes. And I've talked with him before. Good kid, great kid. And he came back from a severe head injury while making The Maze Runner.
Oh.
So this kid's had a hell of a run, but he looks like accurate. All the people that they cast in these roles look exactly like the people they're playing.
Well, that's helpful.
And you know who plays Andy Kaufman in it? Remember when Andy Kaufman came on and did the thing with the record?
Mhm.
The tall guy from Succession, Greg. The kid that
Oh,
plays Greg,
okay.
he plays Andy Kaufman.
Oh, that would, yeah, okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
Got
I
that lean-
can't think of his name right. Nicholas Braun.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right,
his name.
Succession.
So.
Oh, we watched a scary movie that you
Yep.
recommended. What was it?
Yes.
What was the name
Salem's
of it?
Lot.
Salem's
Oh
Lot.
yeah, what'd you think?
It was good. I mean, I had to cover my eyes up a few times, but it was.
Well, you know what? Those creepy vampire kids. I mean, you can have vampires, but you got little kids turning into vampires tapping at your window.
I know we
Yep.
were kind of a little surprised that they would, like,
Yeah, that
yeah,
they went
do
there.
that with kids because that's always been sort of off limits. But I guess,
Yes.
everything goes today.
Well,
But,
and it all started with Stephen King. I mean, this
Yeah.
story has been around in the 70s. I'm sure people would have lost their minds if they would have changed that element of it.
yes.
But I love Elfrey Woodard in it. I think Lewis Pullman is terrific as Ben Mears. Yeah, it's a hell of a movie. It was entertaining. I love it because it's atmospheric. You know, the fog, the shadows and light, all the sorts of stuff that used to be involved in the old monster movies. I
Oh.
love that stuff. So
When the kid sort of rescues everybody at the drive-in theater, you're just like, yeah, smart kid.
And oh yeah, I mentioned that to Tom on Friday. So we were gone last week. Patty and I were up at Door County, and I posted on Facebook. We found there was a drive-in like 5 minutes from us, and it still had the speakers that you hang
Did
in the window.
Oh,
But it
God.
was so clean. It was perfectly groomed.
Oh.
We went during the day. We weren't. They only play on Fridays and Saturdays, and we were there at the Sunday through Wednesday. So the back end was open for some reason. So we just drove in there and saw it, and it was like, wow, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful drive-in. Well, it's a beautiful area. I mean, my God, Door County. What an incredible.
been there.
It is gorgeous.
I've never
Yeah,
been.
Tom said you've been there before. So
No,
Yeah.
I've never been there.
oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, Tommy, who were you there with?
God, I can't
Yeah,
even remember.
Tom, who were you there
Who were
with?
you there with?
It
I'm
was
busting
before I met you,
Tom.
so it was not with a woman
Oh.
though. I was trying to think.
Oh,
It was from
Hmm.
somebody. What?
kind of a romantic area, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boy, look at the time. But well, nice talking to you. We'll talk to you next week.
I inadvertently opened a can of worms here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
We'll talk to you on Friday.
We'll talk with you on Friday, and I'll let you two discuss this
Yeah, exactly.
together. Keep the
All right.
details quiet.
Thanks a lot. Talk
All
to you
right.
guys later.
See ya. See you, Andy. Captain.
Bye.
That is going to do it. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Got a picture in my pocket reminds me of this one was before. Every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talk in my door.